Welcome to the den. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2. Make sure everybody can hear me before we get started. I appreciate you coming out and visiting the channel. So let's get right into it. What's going on? Welcome to the den. Welcome to the den. I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate it. Give me a minute while I get my mic and my camera situated. I appreciate you coming by as usual. You know how we do. We take it easy. We relax. We go through some of these things that happen throughout the week and we have fun doing it. All right, got my camera going. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. This is the 10th episode of the Thought and Talk podcast. So I appreciate you joining me. You all know who I am by now. And if you don't know, I am Aaron EBM. Like I said, if you don't know, now you know. So how y'all been doing? Hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. Bunch of junk going on, man. I see Brittany Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in, I guess, Russian prison. 9 years, y'all. 9 years. Let me get this right. 9 years in prison, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. It does seem a little harsh, but when you are in somebody else's territory, you get what you get. And that's what she got. I've been arguing with people all day about Brittany and our thoughts about it. And my thing is, like I said before, how are you gonna go over to somebody else's country and expect them to treat you like you are in the United States? The greatest country in the world. The greatest country in the world, United States of America. I know we have our problems, we got our issues, but let's be honest. Most of you guys don't want to be anywhere else but here. That's why you're still here complaining. You guys got to think about it. Think about the blessings that you have here. Don't think about all the negative all the time. Think about what you got good. think about you being able to sit here and listen to people's podcasts as well as mine and listen to us have free speech and free thought without being censored, somewhat censored, and being able to do what we do. That's the good part. The good part about being in America. It's the good part about being in America. But no, for some reason we got people that want to go overseas, do weird, stupid stuff like that, and then surprised when bad things happen. She's not the only one. It seems like we got person after person, celebrity after celebrity, most of the time from the community side, they get caught up with weed and then get locked up or deported and then, and go out looking crazy. But that's what it is. That's what it is. They keep doing it. They keep putting themselves in those positions. And that's what happens. See, I really don't understand about Brittany Griner in this situation because Russians already don't like Americans. Russians already don't like Americans as it is. And then you are a 6'8" LGBT. They're not going to take kindly to you and all the stuff going on with Ukraine and us giving aid to Ukraine. Why would you go over there, poking the bear and then hiding your hand? I really don't get it. I hope all is well with her. I hope she finds a silver lining. I hope she gets blessed and able to get out of that situation some kind of way, because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. But you guys have to really think about, you know, what is going on? Why do they keep putting themselves in those situations that get them locked up by the old sickle, by the old hammer and sickle? Why do they keep going over different places and imposing their will on people and then turning around and wanting the American public to bail them out? I don't get it. We'll all see it play out. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I'm not going to act like I sit here and know what's going on, because I don't. I just feel like, at some point you're going to have to take responsibility. You're going to have to own up and really realize as an adult you have to pay for some of the stupid things that you do. You're going to have to pay. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put myself in the situation. You already know after 9/11, the TSA and all the stringent things they put on people to even get through the airport. That you can't have lotions. You can't have lotions only so big. Only bring so much cologne and everything like that. And then you think you're going to be able to slide through, and go through TSA unscathed, and think you're going to get caught or not going to get caught and get away with stuff like that. I don't know. All the brawn and all the muscle and all the size in the world seems not to be, and it seems like you have all that and then you still don't have the brains to keep you out of situations like that. I don't get it. But like I said, maybe she will. Maybe she will. I feel like a little bit of it is a ploy. I feel like a little bit of it, is them wanting to use her as a pawn. But you put yourself in them positions, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's it. It is what it is. What else is going on? I heard let me see. Now the world's spinning faster now. I heard. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but I seen the world is spinning faster now. It's been the shortest day in human history. So, guys, if you look like astronomy, look out for that. See what you can see. Learn something new. It seriously can't be the strangest thing that we've seen so far this year with the Earth spinning faster. But you know what? In 2020 taught me anything, it's to never say never, and to always look out and expect something crazy to happen. When you think something can't get any worse, when you think you've seen it all, you know, just wake up and I swear you're gonna learn something different. So appreciate the one person watching. It was three people in here, but I appreciate you watching. Thank you for coming by the channel. You can always get into that comment section and let me know how you doing. Let me see. Let me see. Man, kids are out in the pool. I hope you guys don't hear that. But they built a pool today. They put up a pool today because I didn't want to do it. They went ahead and put that thing up, and they're outside and they're playing in it. And I think they should be getting there ready to wrap it up now. They know I'm doing this live broadcast. It can't be knocking up against the house and and making noises, messing me all up. No, so today, on top of today and all the rest of the mess that we go through today, we're going to be talking about mask, the mask that we have to wear through life, or you not have to wear. You can participate in it. Most of us do wear masks, and some of us are imposters, and that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want to become an imposter, while wearing your mask through life. We all wear them. You can't get away from them. You have to be able to wear these different masks. Some people say it's wearing different hats. You have to wear these different masks in order to navigate, through life as a productive human being, as a productive person in this American Western society. You almost always have to wear a mask and be able to wear a mask in order to navigate. You're not going to be able to get where you want to get without wearing different masks, without being able to change and kind of mold yourself and evolve into different things. And they always don't sit in the position that you are, 24/7, or in your off time when you're at home. But it's a necessity, and you don't want to turn into an imposter. You don't want to turn into an imposter while doing it, because it's a difference. It's a difference between wearing a mask, being an imposter, and then wearing a mask. Being an imposter is a person who a faker, a total faker, a person that's representing a life that he or she really isn't, but they want to show you that. That's a difference. But that's not wearing a mask. That's being a fraud. That's being a imposter, and that's not what you want. We don't want to be imposters. And some people like to conflate being an imposter and being and wearing a mask, and some people call it code switching. It's not wearing a mask, not wearing a mask. It's not being an imposter, code switching, because that's what we have to do in order to make it from one place in life. It almost has to be, because of the culture shock. We got different cultures. Some people, are don't take kindly to AAVE or Ebonics for the older people. Some people don't really take kind to that. Some people look at that as a form of ignorance, as a form of being unkempt, or a form of being just uncultured. And then sometimes, if you're stuck in that and you don't know how to wear different masks, you can get be ignorant. You can be stunted, and that's not what we want. It's nothing wrong with being well-rounded. It's nothing wrong with remembering where you came from. But you guys, if you want to be successful, if you want to move in different places in life, you're going to have to learn how to wear masks and wear them efficiently, and know that they do not have to overcome the essence of who you are. It's just that what it is. A mask. It's just like an accessory, like a watch, like a gold, like your favorite gold chain that you like to wear, like your favorite pair of dress shoes, or your favorite pair of Jordans. It's just an accessory, It's just an accessory. Play this right here.
Niggas hate us. Any older cousin, uncle, nigga named Darnell, they don't want nothing to do with us. I came home for Thanksgiving wearing pink socks. This nigga spit stuffing out. Why all y'all gay? I was like, you just met my girlfriend, nigga. I don't even know how to answer that question. And it pisses me off that old niggas do that. He's like, why y'all act like that? Why y'all weird? Why y'all act like that? Why y'all weird? The government. The same way you acted weird when you were young, because of the government. The FBI wanted to destroy black men so we could never build equity in our communities, so they wanted us to be detached from our families, so they made economic obstacles. The prison system flooded us with drugs, so subsequently it would lead to a generation of black men raised by their grandmas and their moms, just like me, creating a generation of sassy-ass niggas.
Bruh. Bruh.
Now, hold on. Now, man, at least he told the truth. At least this guy told the truth. I listened to that a couple times, and I realized that there is some animosity towards the younger people in the groups, and in the society, in the community, and there is a big rift between the young and the old. And why is that? Some people say it's a form of slavery brainwashing, and it's just been passed down from generation to generation. I don't know. I know that I don't participate in it, and I don't really get in it. I've seen it and I understand it, being a person that's from the community, but it actually makes, when I watched it, from somebody else to say it, or somebody else to see it from somebody else's position, I understood that is a real thing. And that's what happens, in all forms of the community. We get put in places to where, when you try to wear these masks, or you try to elevate, or you try to make yourself something a little different, you often get opposition in some way, shape, or form of another. And that's what that is what's happening to today. You try to elevate, you try to change your style, you try to upgrade yourself, which we're going to talk about that too, which you have to really do when you get to a certain age. Now, you don't have to, like, if you watch my last video on outgrowing the community, or outgrowing the community, there is a point to where you're in your life, that crossroad where you have to either say, I'm going to stay here and stay stunted, or I'm going to have to move forward. And that's what part of this wearing your mask is. That's the part of what wearing your mask is, a part of conforming, a part of a part in your life, or a place in your life where you're going to have to do something different in order to elevate. And those masks help you move from place to place. Now, see, some people confuse that and think you're being sedity, or you're being different. You're going to hear it all the time when you're trying to do different, and people try to pull you down. They're going to tell you all the time that you're a coon. You don't remember where you came from. You aren't who you said you are. You aren't the same person that you were a year or two ago. You're not the same person. Of course, you're not the same person, because you're trying to elevate yourself. If you were the same person, you wouldn't be able to actually say that you were giving the effort that you wanted to give to be a better person, to be a better if you're a student, if you're in college, to be a better student, and not get stuck in the nightlife, because that can happen all the time. I don't know how many people I've seen and heard that say they partied themselves right out of college. They were A students, and they partied so much and they partied so hard that by end of a semester or two, it was time for them to leave, because they flunked out all their classes. But some of the ones that do want to stick it out, some of the ones that do want to do something different, often figure out that they'll have to wear those masks to be able to fit in different clubs and different societies, because all those people do not owe us some kind of understanding, and not owe us some kind of pass for us to act and conduct ourselves in any manner, in any shape, in way, shape, or form. They don't owe us that. They don't owe us understanding when we want to be 100% real. I know what you're saying, but I can't do that. I can't wear a mask because I want to be 100%. I want to be 100. I want to be real all the time. And that's cool. You can be real all the time, but no, you being real all the time, you being 100% you, and what you want to do all the time. If you don't own your own business, your own successful business, if you're not doing your own thing where you don't have to answer to anybody, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And if you don't know by now, you're going to know. And it don't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. It don't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter how much, unless you got, tons of money. You got 100 stacks just to throw down. You're going to be met with that kind of opposition. You're going to be met with the opposition. You just are. There's no way around it. You can't sit here and believe that you can just skate through on life and not be opposed, or not be contested, or not be met with some kind of opposition when you're acting in a way that doesn't kind of fit the area that you're in. That's what these masks are for. And everybody does it. If you work right now, if you're working and you're in a business setting, you don't act and talk to your cousins the same way you talk to Elizabeth from accounting. Of course, you put on that professional voice. We don't talk about white voices, black voices here. We don't do that in the den, because that's not real. We don't believe in that. We don't believe in a white voice or a black voice if you're acting white or you're acting black, because right there, that's idiotic talk. Acting white and acting black is idiotic talk.
Bruh.
We don't do that. It's acting intelligent and it's acting unintelligent. That's what it is. That's just what it is. And when people see that and they're not used to knowing that you are from a certain place, they often are going to act and treat you like they believe that you are unintelligent, and it's not always fair. It's not fair because especially if you're somebody that knows that you're worth, you have a high worth. If you've gone to college, if you've overcome stuff in your life, that the way I talk, my bravado, the clothes that I feel like wearing on the weekends doesn't represent me. It's just I feel comfortable in said attire. I feel comfortable in said clothes. That's the way I grew up, and I know on the off times I can do that. But when other people see you, they're not. Some people are used to acting and dressed in a certain kind of way, and unless you come together and really understand that and take the time to, it's just going to be the way it is. But most people don't take the time out to understand the people outside of their bubbles. That's just is what it is. But you're going to be met with opposition, and you're not exempt from it. Just like this right here, just like what happened to T.O.
First of all, I didn't harass you. She telling me to slow down. I said, what do you mean slow down? I said, yo, I'm just going to the mailbox. Then she goes, get the fuck out the middle of the road. First of all, I didn't almost hit you. Now you're just making up stuff. No, I literally just like a Karen. You almost hit me. How did I almost hit you?
Now, see, T.O., y'all know Terrell Owens, famous wide receiver, I guess he's in a somewhat affluent neighborhood, and a lady came out, let's just call her Karen. Let's just call her Karen right now. We're going to call her Karen. Came out and bothered them. You know how they do, whether you're doing something, most of the time you're doing something small or you're not doing anything at all. They just want to intersect and just get into your business. And that's what's happening here. Oh, let me go back. I think I pushed. Let me remove it real fast.
Then she goes, get the fuck out the middle of the road. First of all, I didn't almost hit you. Now you're just making up stuff. No, I literally just like a Karen. You almost hit me. How did I almost hit you? And I'm going to the mailbox. Yeah, I'd call you a Karen when I came over here after you said I called the police. Absolutely. Then you went on to say, oh, I'm the subject of the HOA meeting, this and that and the other. I got liens and shit on my house, this and that and the other. Then you start bringing up my status, who I was, my HBO, my VH1. You the one brought it up, lady. I did it. You did it. You did. First of all, I didn't almost hit her. So, no, I'm fine, sir. First of all, I didn't almost hit her.
I understand that. Just relax.
I'm not finna sit up here.
See, and they already telling him to relax. You guys, you've been in these situations before. Why don't they tell the loud lady over there to relax, but they're telling T.O. to relax?
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your fucking car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all, you had your boy right here, your husband right here. So first of all, I don't do that type of stuff.
Relax.
You did. You put your car in park and you came at me.
First of all, I didn't come at you.
Yes, you did.
You can stop all of that, Karen.
Okay, listen.
Get out of here with all of that.
Listen, if you guys want me here, I can solve it.
He literally came after me.
Y'all hear what he said? Hold on.
You don't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all,
Well, she pulled out the dominant society, the dominant society card on the white supremacist side. Shout out to all the pro blacks out there. Shout out to the pro blacks. She pulled out the dominant society card on them, man. Hey, she put it out quick, man. Hey, I don't even argue with people like that, man, because you never know these days anyway, man. You get to argue with somebody and that could, pum pum and you out of there. But hey, that's just me.
HBO, my VH1. You the one brought it up, lady. I did it.
You literally came after me.
Here she crying. There's Karen. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Swear to God, I've never been a part of nothing like this. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Do you have your ID?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it, but this is firsthand.
And now he's on live.
Oh boy, as she's crying. Oh my God, this is real. This is real. This is real. Here you go. Here you go, sir. This is real. This is real. This is real. This is real. I've never seen. I've seen it, but I've never been a part of this. This is real life. And now she's crying. Her husband tried to tell her to go in the house, but now she wanted to do the whole Karen thing.
And that's what I'm saying. If T.O., world famous wide receiver, can go through this and have to worry about stuff like this, what you think the regular Joe's gonna do out here? What you gonna go through? You're gonna go through it. You can't avoid it. You can't do it. You hear what the first thing she said when she got into this small altercation. You're gonna go through it. So you're not exempt. I just want you guys to be
Got
okay.
liens and shit on my house, this and that and the other. Then you start bringing up my status, who I was, my HBO, my VH1. You the one brought it up, lady. I did it. You did it. You did.
Hey, folks.
First of all, I didn't almost hit her. Sir, no, I'm fine, sir. First of all, I didn't almost hit her.
I understand that. Just relax.
You're not finna sit up here.
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand that.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow.
See that, I said before, I told people all the time that I don't mind being in a gated community. I don't mind being in a subdivision, some kind of subdivision like that. But the reason I don't like it, and why I'm out in the county right now, because I don't have to worry about people like that. I can go outside in the middle of the night, do whatever I want to do, take a pee, whatever. Piss in the corner, and nobody sees it because it's pitch black out here. We can burn junk, have s'mores. We ain't got to worry about no Karens for the most part messing with us out here. That's why I like that out in the county, out in the somewhat country, because you got to worry about stuff like that.
How did I almost hit you? Husband tried to tell her to go in the house.
I was sitting in the garage.
She said I was First of all, I know what you're saying. No, I get you. I got you. No, this is real. This is real life in 2022. This is real life Karen stuff.
She crying.
I've never seen. I've seen it on TV. I've seen it on video, but I've never really been a part of something like this. This is unbelievable. Then she brought up that I'm the subject of HOA. Said everybody's been talking about me, my house. I don't keep up with my house. I got liens. I don't pay my fines. Everything. How do I know? Because she told me. Karen.
What's her name?
Kate. Close enough, Kate. So when I drove by, she said she called the police. I was like, cool. I'm going to sit right here till they come.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that you can't get away. You can't get away. You're gonna go through that stuff. You're gonna get challenged. You just are. It's just the world we live in. But we would rather be nowhere else but here. So we deal with it. And everything's not right. Everything's not, not peaches and cream. Everything it doesn't go the way you wanted to go. And as a man, you're already taught that. Everything doesn't go the way you want it to go. Life doesn't happen the way you want it to happen. Only women, for the most part, are the ones that really kind of are told that they can kind of go through life and do what they want to do and say what they want to say with immunity. So we have this realization for the most part, but there's some of us that still kind of get stuck in that thing to believe that we don't really have to, conform, or not conform, but I don't like saying conform because I spoke against complete conform, but having to wear these masks, we fight over wanting to have to evolve, and a part, and getting older is a part of evolving. You can't grow up, and you can't become a man. You can't evolve in life without, growing older, for one, because that's the science of it. You can't stop growing older, and with growing older should become more of a sense of responsibility, and become more of a sense of just being better and being a better man. See right here. This is a shout out to Coach Greg, because we're gonna look at this Coach Greg and hear what we're talking about as growing up and growing into a man and evolving. Let me see. Change your life. Shout out to Coach Greg. If you haven't been by Coach Greg channel, make sure you go by his channel and support Coach Greg. Blow it up right here. No, is that big? And I hope you guys can see that. That's because you can't help it, Coach. Coach, you can't help it because we out a lot of us out here in the community. It's frustrating to have to keep asking, keep talking about some of the same stuff that we talk about in the community. But man, it makes for such a good conversation topic or conversation pieces. And you got to be able to, if you can't change them, if you can't make them do something different, the best you can do is talk about it so somebody can learn about it. So, Coach, I'm right there with you. But yes, in the community or the community, growing older is looked at as a form of weakness, as a bad thing, as a negative. And everybody grows old, but why do other communities not look like or not act like that? Why do other communities, yes, people make fun of old people, talk about all that other junk like that? They do, they're not any different in that aspect. But why is it's a different level of disdain when it comes to growing older in the community? And I told you, if you listen to content, if you listen to my content and you really listen, you'll understand that what happened or what happens in the community is a lot of men and women get together and just make babies. They don't have plans. They don't have plans for their children. They just get out there and make babies. And then what happens when you make human beings that have no plan? They become burdens, and when they just become burdens to their parents, and then most of the time they become burdens to the society, and they either go to prison or get killed. Y'all seen the story? Y'all see the story? The same record, it plays over and over again, and the story continues. They grow up and they become a drain on the society. They become just wandering drones with no purpose. And what happens is, it gets to a point to where when you are a human being with no purpose, what do you have? You have your youth. You have the ability to run around and do what you want to do, pump and dump who all you want to with you're not thinking about anything else because you're running off of the animal kingdom, animal instinct, and you're just doing what you're supposed to do. The ESFB, the Eat, Sleep, Fight, Bust. Shout out to SKC, ESFB, you ESFBing out there, because that's what all you have to look forward to and have to do. You're satisfying those Maslow hierarchy of needs. And then when that train begins, you go up into your teens, your 15, 16, because this is America, but people having sex at 13, 14, but you're at 15, 16, 17, 18, you're humping like rabbits and you're doing all this stuff like that. And then 19, 20, you're growing and you finally got your license. You're able to drink and buy liquor and give women raw D and cheap liquor. You're giving them raw D because you're having all them damn kids. So don't act like you ain't having sex raw, because you are. You're having all that raw sex, and then what happens at 35, 40 begin to come down. And that's where the interesting stuff happens, right there at 35, 40, because at 35, 40, you begin to hit that crossroad. You hit that road in your life to where, I'm no longer a young man, but I'm not a completely old man. And then some people decide to get their stuff together and to start, working and pushing real hard, even though you probably should have been doing that in your teens and 20s. But some people get it together, but some people don't. A lot of people decide to stay in that arrested development, stay in that stage of where they were in high school or whatever, and stay right there because they don't have any plans, any future, or any hope for themselves in the future. So the community as a whole, the community looks upon that growing older as a negative because they don't have any hope for the future. All of the good things in life, all of the things that make them happy, that make people want to live, is happening in that span with your teens, 20s. you know, in your teens and 20s. And once you get out of there, there's no other point of life. And it's crazy and it sounds crazy, but if you guys think about it, you know, I'm a pretty balanced person. You think about it and you really look into it, you'll begin to see things like I'm seeing and know it's the truth. There are a lot of people running around with no hope for life. Fair use. I don't need Coach Greg trying to get me. Now I tell you, around 32, 35. I told you, you know, it's nothing that it's something that all of us need to pay attention to. We don't, it's okay. And if you look and have a plan, or if you don't have a plan, have goals to be different, to be more. When you have those things to look forward to, you know, aging isn't bad. It's a good thing. You know, it's a good thing to want to do stuff different, not stay in that arrested development because all the community values is the sex, the food, and the sex, the food, and the fighting, the sex, food, and fighting. If that's all they are celebrating, that's all they are lifting up and putting the center focus on. Of course, once you get out of that time, or once you get out of that area to where you can actually excel at those things, man, you'll hit it like a brick wall. Now, see, that's the truth. You guys got to pay attention, man. You're gonna have when you're trying to develop, and you're trying to do those things that I'm talking about. When you're trying to make yourself a better guy, a better man, that you're gonna kind of have to face that fact that you're gonna have to let some of that stupid shit go. You're gonna have to let it go. You're gonna have to look that stuff dead in the face and know that, hey, this means me no good. You know, yes, it's fun for the meantime, but I'm gonna have to let that go. That means, just like when we're talking about overgrowing the community, sometimes you're gonna have to outgrow some of that stuff. Sometimes you're gonna have to know that, okay, I need to spend $100, you know, on these dress shoes, $150 on this dress shoes and slacks, and not be able to spend $300 on these Jordans. Now, I don't have no problem with Jordans. I like Jordans. I don't buy a whole bunch of Jordans because I feel like shoes are just overpriced. But some people who, if you collect them, that's all good. You know that goes to that whole that suit, you know, versus no suit debate, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that too, because I don't feel that it's all a bad thing. You know, clothes don't make the man, especially if you got the money. You know, clothes don't make the man. But of course, if you have to live in a society where you're going to have to wear those masks, hey, a part of that costume, a part of that that climb up the corporate ladder will require you to wear those masks, and those masks require you to put on a suit that matches that mask. But we got to get into it. We're going to get into it. Yeah, we don't need to watch that because yeah, it's two parts of this video that I really wanted you to see. Shout out to Coach Greg again. Hold on, I got some comments. I ain't even been paying attention. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. My bad. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let me see. Oh, you guys know what I did? Hold on. We're going to go through it. Let me stop sharing that. Share. Yeah. Yeah, well, man, with StreamYards, man, you got to be careful because when you queue up stuff, you can share a screen, but you always got to remember when you go back, you got to hit that share with the audio button. So if you're in here, make sure you tell me that again because we're gonna go back. So you guys heard me. You guys heard me, so I'm not gonna go through all that spiel, that whole spiel at the beginning. But here we go. Make sure if you can hear that, let me know. Appreciate that.
Unfortunately, and in this day and time, getting older is seen as a weakness. But you don't know, death is around the corner for everybody, no matter what age you are at this particular point. But you're always a decade away from being old. I'm going to give you a couple of examples that he gave. This is Angry Man Valdez about how people perceive age in certain communities and how they somehow want you to disappear. In the NBA, a person is considered old by age 32. They'll say you're washed up. You know, certain stars now, they can use the miracles of modern science to keep themselves into the league. LeBron James is playing 20, 21 years. That's rare, but he's got money to actually keep his body in shape to actually play these years. And he's a phenomenal athlete. But there was a time that a person would be 30, 35, and they were old. You're old, you're washed up. Okay. There's also in hip hop music. If you're a rapper and you're age 30 to 30, you can be age 28. What are you do? You're too old to be rapping, right? Because we can never imagine like a Motown 50th year reunion of rappers getting old. They're supposed to just get shot, killed, broke, destitute by age 28, 30. They're supposed to be wrapping it up. And so in our perception of age, we look at old as a weakness instead of a strength. And that's something that you have to change your mind. We've been groomed to believe that people are washed up when they're old. Unfortunately, other cultures know that you're just getting going when you're older, right? You're getting going. You actually have least distraction. You have least distraction with women. Your testosterone levels decreasing, which is an advantage, but people will say it's a disadvantage. Well, you probably got low T.
And that's the truth. You know, that's what I just said. I just went over that. They don't look at growing older as something as a good thing, as taking advantage, man. They're just stuck on that pump dump age.
Because you old. Well, that's an advantage because now I can let the big head outthink the little head. And so now that I can focus on my career, I can focus on the direction that I'm going, I actually can make better decisions for myself, instead of running game broke ninja style. See, a young person will run game broke ninja style and end up old in 5 to 10 years. And then he's going to end up trying to teach the lessons that he learned to younger men. Oh, shit, man, that running game was a waste of time.
Right? All right. So y'all pretty much see what that is or hear what that is. You know, it is cool. You know, it's cool. Shout out to Bells G. Shout out. Hey, Bells, man. You supposed to be the best moderator on the planet. I was up here, had Coach Greg on here. He was up here preaching, and I ain't have the sound on, and I had to go back. It wasn't that bad, but you slipping. You was slipping. You supposed to be there for me. You slipping, man. You slipping. I'm about to take your wrench. because you supposed to be on that. But y'all get the point. But y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. What about that part? About that part, you do. You're gonna when you have to when you get to that point to where you want to evolve and you want to have to wear those masks and you want to are you going to have to wear those masks? You're gonna have to evolve and you can't be stuck in the community way of thinking that you're going to be able to grow and then still be acting the same way you did back when you was in high school. No, it's different time. You're not the man no more. You're not that man anymore. You're a different man. You're supposed to be, and you end up looking foolish trying to be that person that you were trying to be back in 2005. You know, but we're going to talk about some of this wardrobe too because that's a hot topic. And I don't feel like it's not a topic that always, it kind of just flares. It goes down and comes back up, and nobody really has too much of a balance that talking point about it, but me. I have a balanced talking point, and if you want to hear balance, I'm here for you. But we're going to get right into it. Hold on.
Room for doom. Most men don't accomplish anything until their 50s. And then you start to say, well, we don't need these things, right? Materialism is a vice. Materialism is a vice. Just think about the amount of impoverished people that chase material things that look gaudy. And I'm not, listen, I know I'm not, people are going to be like, you're just dissing Jordans and all that stuff. Guys, sometimes those things can cost you your life. You buying those things at this point in your life is actually dumb, right? It's just actually mind-blowing and mind-boggling. I actually was able to buy a couple of nice Jordans and Louis Vuitton equipment. You know where it is? You know where that is? It's in my damn closet.
And when you get to a certain age, that's where that stuff goes. Like I said, it's cool to have a bunch of Jordans when you are coming up because that's what you have to use as a status symbol. Well, when you get too old, or not too old, but you get to that point in life that when that stuff doesn't really matter and just sits up in your closet, is it really worth buying? You buy the stuff that now if you're a record label owner, of course you're gonna dress to fit the crowd that you're trying to appeal to. That just comes without saying. So I understand it's an investment at that point. But then when you're in a normal or I say normal at an average setting, when you have to wear those masks, you have to be the person, this one person one time and then another person another time. Of course, your wardrobe has to be more suited. It has to be more rounded. That you won't always have to, but you will not always want to spend all that money on that stuff like that because you're not going to be in it a whole bunch, and some people, depending on who you're talking to, those clothes are your evolution becomes a visual point of distinction for yourself. It becomes a thing that sets you apart. It becomes something that makes you more polished. I'll say it like that. And it just comes with a point of growing up and becoming developing and becoming that man that you want to be. And that just comes with the territory.
I don't even break it out because I break it out occasionally, but it don't even make a difference in my life anymore. When I couldn't afford it, I would be like, oh, Louis bag. It's in my damn closet. I got 2 Louis bags sitting up in there, right? Sitting up there with the case in the closet. Collecting dust. It's crazy. And then I think about it. You know why it's really sitting in there? Because I'm going, where the hell would I actually carry this? Like, what would I do with this? Like, where am I going to go with this? Okay, I can't take it to Mexico. That would be put my ass a big ass target. I can't travel with this thing, you know what I mean, by myself, carrying 2 Louis bags. That would be dumb. Somebody says Louis bags for a dude. Hell yeah. They make it for dudes. All right. It's crazy, man. Same thing with Jordans, though. Same thing with Jordans. How many Jordans do you need? You got like 2 feet, 80 pairs of Jordans. Now, listen, if you can afford it, it's good. You know what I mean? You're good. But most people live at their mama's house with 30 pairs of Jordans.
Priorities all messed up, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you pay the cost to be the boss, if you got stacks on stacks on stacks, and if you're going into a meeting and you're going into a deal and you're able to throw down racks to be able to broker that deal, then of course it doesn't matter what you have on. But when you're a regular or average person and you're out there trying to get it, you have to dress, you have to wear those masks, you have to wear those things that kind of appeal to the people that you're talking to, because let them know that you're in that same league with them. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It's not the suit. It's not the thing about us saying that suit, wearing that suit 365 days a year, on your off days, on you when you sleep, when you're up in the boardroom and all that stuff. No, that's insane, and that's overkill. But a wise person should have at least 5 pairs of dress slacks, several pairs of nice shoes, not them square shoes from Walmart, nice shoes. Invest in some nice shoes, nice socks, and a few sport jackets or coats to go mix and match with that, with your suits or vests. If you don't like the whole suit jackets, vests are good too. You're gonna have to do those things. That's not being square. You can't come up into every meeting that you have with just every raggedy tall tee or whatever, graphic tee or whatever you got on all the time, and you just, if you want to look at the Style OG sometimes, look up the Style OG. I'll put it, when this is over, I'll put his link in the description too. If you want some balanced wardrobes when you're hitting that point in life, and when if you didn't come up, just being dapper and into all those dressier clothes, it's a guy that's really will help form you for that next stage of life.
$30. Do we make sense of this? Do we make sense of this? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, we got to really prioritize what's going on here. Do you own the stock? The Nike stock is cheaper than the shoes. Like, get it? You know what I mean? Like, but shout out, they have a fake Jordan thing that you can wear. I don't know if you guys know this. What are they called? I'm gonna do a video on that shit. Fake jewelry. Yeah, it's actually these are vices that many times, if you think about it, this materialistic lifestyle was groomed in you by, say it, single mother mindset. But it's okay, because they prioritize these things, right? They actually got you to sit and perm your hair and look like your auntie. They got you to actually prioritize all of these things. A girl is going to judge you by shoes. A straggle daggle will. The old scene where the Steve Harvey, every man should have 8 suits. A brown one, a gray one, a black one. Okay, but you live in your mama's house. Can we talk about that first?
See, that's why I like Coach. That's why I like Coach, because he's about as balanced as I am. You can't. If you came from the community like I did, you understand that, if you didn't have, you could be the smartest person in the world, and if you didn't have them shoes on, or if you didn't have that right pair of Jordans on, you wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't matter how smart you were. It doesn't matter how poor your mama and daddy was. They better get them Jordans or you wasn't nobody. And that's what it is. And that whole mentality right there, not the shoes, the mentality followed you from grade school to middle school to high school to college. And then when you're 35 years old, you're still trying to hold on that because you haven't really made anything out of yourself. So you're trying to hold on to that status symbol to make you feel better about yourself. But by then, none of that shit matters. None of it matters. What matters is your productivity. What matters is what you can do. What matters is what you can give to whoever you're working for. And then hopefully you can do that things for yourself. But we're not told that. But I'm trying to tell you that here so you won't miss it. Though that being a lot of that stuff we were taught needs to be threw away. It needs to be flushed down the toilet, and we need to fill ourselves up with some more important things. It's the only way you're going to be able to progress. And if you listen to me, hopefully you will learn something and we can progress together.
Every man should have 3 suits. How many? What is the thing? I always see the fashion dudes, and then they change the suit every time he changes the color. Every dude should have 8 suits. You should have 8 pairs of pants and 3 jackets, and a pair of gaiters, Stacey Adams, and then a pair of. But you live at your mama's house, and you broke. Let's go backwards and start this shit over.
Exactly, and exactly that's what the suit guys. That's what the main suit guys weren't saying. They weren't hitting home. It was just suit. The suit gonna change your life. No. If you broke, don't go out there and buy $200 pairs of Stacey Adams. You get your money up. You decide what you're going to do. Spend that money in some better places. Do something different. And then when you get to a point, yes, you can buy some more Stacey Adams. Yes, you can buy some chinos. Yes, you can buy some Jordans. You can do all of that. but it makes no sense to buy 15 suits and you stand in the basement of your mama house, nor the same way you have a wall full of Jordans and you in your mama's basement too. It just doesn't work. That's the balance. That's the balance here. It's the mindset. It's not the material thing.
Let's start with the mindset. This is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. Yeah, you should have 8 pair of slacks and two sport coats and whatnot and 3 shirts. Yeah, but where do you live? Let's start that shit over. All right.
All right. That's the point. That's the point. You know, that's the point of what I was talking about. That's the point of what Coach was talking about. It's the mindset. It's not so much. It's not so much of It's not so much of what it is, you know, because you can be the same thing about iPhones. You could be the same way about PlayStations and Xboxes. You can be the same way with all this stupid, frivolous spending, and you're not, you know, you're spending all this stuff, and by the time you look at it and you take inventory, you spent $10,000 on a bunch of junk, and that's dumb. You could have been spending that stuff to elevate yourself, to get you out of your mama's basement. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You don't need that. I hope you don't have that in your, you know, that mentality in your life. But a lot of people do. A lot of people do. And I don't want you guys to get stuck in that. I don't want you guys to be imposters, because that's what happens to you in the end. I'm bringing it back home. That's the part that turns you into an imposter. From wearing a mask to being an imposter. Being an imposter is being 35, 45, 50 years old, still dressing, thinking, and acting like you were when you're 20. You are no longer that person. You have officially become an imposter. And that's what we don't want. We don't want imposters. Wearing a mask helps you get stuff done. Being an imposter keeps you in the same place you are. That way other people can look at you like something, like you have status. Wear those masks. Don't be imposters, everybody. You gotta do that. Listen to me. I hope you listen to me out there. To mixed messages, man, I appreciate you giving me that message earlier. I appreciate you giving me this message earlier, but I will have my different things up. And y'all know how I go. I'm new to this podcast game. I'm only 10 episodes in, and we learn, and hopefully my moderator gets on the next time. Bells usually does, but you know, we all mess up sometimes. You guys, remember, it's okay to wear those masks. People are not going to like you to. It's not going to look comfortable to them. It's not going to look good for you to wear these masks, to do these things, because often you wearing those masks it makes them look at themselves like they're standing still, and you're the one moving in life. You're the one shaking. You're the one making things happen. And when they see that, they often, you know, people don't like it. They get uncomfortable. They feel like you, instead of congratulating you, they make you feel like you're doing something wrong by wearing those masks and wanting to elevate and wanting to do stuff different, you know. And as I go out of here, as I leave you guys tonight, I want you guys to know there's nobody better than good old Joe.
Let me say this simply and clearly. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. You know how we talk about it. We the people. Folks, we gotta, it's just, yeah. But you gotta, I mean, we gotta reassure, look, my message to everybody I talk to is play the radio, make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone, make sure the kids hear words. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. You know, there's during World War II, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board, where we open up. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
$1.2 billion in overtime was denied for hourly workers who were not unionized. $1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happens? They make you management.
That's y'all president, y'all. That's y'all president. Hey, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for guys for joining me on the channel. I appreciate you guys. Every time that you guys in here, you guys really make me want to do this. I couldn't do this without you guys, and I appreciate it. You guys empower me. You guys make me want to do better. So like I always tell you guys, make sure you be careful. Make sure you do and try to grow every day. Learn something different. Be better. Be the change that you want. Until next time, everybody. Peace. I am gone.